All right, I'm going to get to one or two that have held for a long time before we get to Nincompoops. Nincompoops is on the way. We need a sponsor of Nincompoops. Don't y'all feel that way? I feel like we need a sponsor, a Nincompoops sponsor.
Yeah.
Can we do it on a daily basis?
Yeah.
I mean, people love. I had a guy yesterday hit me up on the old super text line. Ken, you know what he said?
What did he say?
He said, Murphy's. I'm paraphrasing,
okay,
but this is basically the tone. Murphy is abrasive. He yells too much. He's ego-driven. I can't stand him. But I love that Nincompoop's in the news. That's what he said. I feel like a sponsor wants to be a part of that. Hit me up on the super text line. Tell me if you want to sponsor to the Nincompoops.
Yes, sir.
And then maybe I'll get to it on time. But right now, I want to get to Cheryl real quick before we get to Nincompoops because she's been holding. Hey, Cheryl.
And I'm not a Nincompoop.
You are not, Cheryl. You're not.
No, I am not.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, is there anybody out there that has said or is thinking like I think that, they don't give everything to the news. They're not going to do that. They're going to have to bring that before a judge what they find. They're definitely not going to tell the news media because they're stupid. They're the Nincompoops. I'm not talking about you all, but I'm just saying, think about it. We've lived 4 years with Biden's trash. Everybody that has tried it's been absolutely ridiculous, but guess what? We had to live with that crap. And this presidency, at least these people are smart. And I think that they're not going to give away what they have until it's time to give it away. That's just all I want to say.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to. I want to believe that you're right. I do. I love this administration. I'm on record that I believe that Donald Trump has done more in the first 6 months of his second term than any second-term president did in their entire term in the history of the United States of America. So I'm a big fan. But
don't you think that they want to go after the people that have done this? Yes, they do. Well, they want to do it correctly.
Then why aren't they saying what? I'm sorry.
Why are they saying what? Why are they saying what?
That's not what I said. I'll just wait until you're done. I'm sorry.
No, I'm done. I'm sorry. I'm good at trying to speak over people. I don't mean to do that. So maybe I am an Nincompoop.
No, I am too, and I'm trying to get better. Then why didn't they say that, Cheryl? That's not what That's not what they said. But because the government works for us, not the other way around, Cheryl. But
exactly.
All they have to say. Listen to me for just a second.
I will.
All they have to say is, our findings indicate that there are third parties that may be indicted, and we are not going to compromise that investigation. That's all they have to say.
I believe that. I believe that is exactly
that's not what they said. They said this case is closed.
I don't understand why it would be closed.
That's what they said. They said there are no third parties. They said that there is no information that would indicate that there are third parties that are indictable.
It's kind of strange. And
I know.
It is
That is strange. That is very strange. I haven't watched the news today, but I listen to you guys all the time when I drive. So that's like my best time to listen to you. So I just think that we just all need to take a deep breath and see what happens, because so far I don't believe Donald Trump has done anything wrong.
No, I don't think so either. And it's not a deal breaker for me. And the fact of the matter may be, and Cheryl, thank you so much for the call, and thank you for bearing with me, and I appreciate you so much. The fact of the matter is it possible that there's not a there? I don't feel like that's likely, but maybe. Mindy says, during the cabinet meeting today, Pam spoke about the files and the videos. We played it earlier, Mindy. Yes, we played that, where she said that it was all child porn, and nobody wants to see any of that. I find it fascinating that we're excusing non-transparency because it's the Trump administration. I'm just not going to do that. I'm not going to change my values and my beliefs because it's my team that's doing what I consider to be a little bit wrong. That doesn't mean that I'm cutting them off. That doesn't mean that I'm an enemy of the team. It is a matter of principles. And children were abused. And I believe that there were more people involved than just Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. Do you? I believe that there were more people than those two people involved. Do you? Well, what we've been told by the Trump administration is that we don't have that evidence. And I just don't believe that. I believe something else is going on. I could be wrong. I believe that it's time for Nincompoops in the news. I believe that. I mean, maybe I'm the Nincompooп. Maybe I'm the Nincompoop. I know this. It is time to look all over these United States of America, nay, the globe, and find these nincompoops and the nincompoopry that's going on before our very eyes and present it to you, the people of Middle Tennessee. And you get to vote on the Nincompoop of the day between Jackson Williams, Ken Weaver, and Matt Murphy. We got 3 stories, and we got about, 7 minutes to tell it. Ken Weaver.
Yes, sir.
Ken Weaver?
Yes, sir.
I think you were the big winner yesterday.
All right.
In fact, I know you were. You know what that means?
What's that mean?
You get to go first.
You boys ready?
I'm ready.
This comes out of Powder Springs, Georgia. Naked woman taken into custody after SWAT standoff. 46-year-old woman identified as Nicole Simpson taken into custody Monday following a lengthy SWAT standoff at her Powder Springs home where witnesses say she appeared nude in a window and allegedly assaulted a teenager earlier in the day.
Ooh.
One neighbor telling Fox 5 Atlanta, this whole street was flooded with police cars and eventually 2 SWAT trucks. It all started when 16-year-old Nolly Dominguez said she was walking in the neighborhood when Simpson began shouting at her from the window. She started screaming things like, "Oh, I voted for Trump." She was kind of blocking me from going anywhere. Dominguez says she ran to a friend's house where surveillance video captured Simpson allegedly trying to hit her with a rock. Slamming a gate on her, leaving marks on her arm. She tried continually knocking at my friend's door, trying to get in, Dominguez said. Then later, when Simpson was back in her own home, police used a flashbang device to get her to come outside.
Flashbang.
Witnesses said she was by the upstairs window, sticking up the middle finger, just naked. Witnesses said she finally exited the home, completely naked. Despite the bizarre circumstances, neighbors commended officers for resolving the situation safely, say they hopefully she gets the help she needs.
Hey, Jackson, how many times do you think Weaver said naked during that story? Like 28?
Enough times to probably win.
Enough times, that's right. Every time Ken Weaver says naked, an angel gets its wings.
I'm going to start calling it naked.
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 That's right. The definition of naked, right?
Naked.
That means you naked is you don't have any clothes on.
Right.
Naked is you ain't got no drawers on.
Well, and you're up to something. Naked, you don't have any clothes on.
Yeah, naked.
Naked, you don't have any clothes on, and you're up to something.
Yeah, you're up to no good.
You're up to no good. All right, I'm going next, Jackson. This one involves the middle finger as well.
Goodness.
Apparently, the new darling of the Democrat left up there in New York City, that Zoran Mamdani. He apparently hasn't done the math as to how many Italian Americans there are in New York City, because several years it has now been discovered now that he is the front runner to become the next mayor of New York.
Wow.
It has been discovered that several years ago, there was a tweet sent out on Mamdani's Twitter account showing him flipping the bird to one Christopher Columbus in the form of a statue of good old Christopher Columbus and calling for its removal. The socialist Mamdani, crap, I'll get it right before he gets elected, is seen in front of in the tweet from June of 2020, giving the middle finger to the back of a towering figure in Astoria, which is part of his state assembly district. Mamdani, who was running for state office at the time, wrote as a caption, "Take it down." The tweet has left a bad taste in the mouth of Italian-American groups. I predicted this on the X Machine a couple of days ago when I saw the story that this is not going to bode well for his candidacy for Italian-Americans. And I just looked up the math. Italians make up 2.6 million voters in the greater metropolitan area. But if we're talking specifically about New York, 800,000 Italian Americans live in the 5 New York City boroughs. I bet many of them are Democrats, and I bet many of them don't like the idea of old Ma'am Danny sticking the middle finger. Oh, I did it on the camera. I'm sorry. Sticking the middle finger to their boy, Christopher Columbus. By the way, for those interested, LaGuardia Airport, LaGuardia and Kennedy, those are the 2 big airports in New York City. Mayor Fiorelli LaGuardia was mayor of New York City from 1934 to 1946. He was a Republican, and he was an Italian. Oh, there you go. Ma'am Danny is my nincompoop. Your nincompoop, Jackson?
Mine comes out of Washington State. Suspect arrested with alleged explosive device, drugs, and a stolen gun tells deputies he's not under arrest. A call for a suspicious person loitering outside an abandoned bank led to a foot chase with police and ended in the arrest of that person who allegedly had an explosive and drugs on him. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office said the call went out on July 1st around 5 p.m. in University Place. Deputies saw a 42-year-old man lingering in the area that was marked no trespassing. They learned the man had a warrant out of Furcrest, and when they made contact with him, he ran off, leading deputies on a brief chase before he tripped, fell, and was put in handcuffs. On body cam video, while deputies were telling the suspect he was under arrest and reading him his rights, he repeatedly said, "No, I am not." Deputies said the man had drugs in his hand when he was cuffed and allegedly had a stolen gun on him. When deputies searched his backpack, they found an explosive device that looked like a firecracker. So he's not under arrest. I think
despite what the people that actually do the arresting might tell him.
It was a Uno reverse card moment.
Maybe he's trying that Uno reverse. That's good, Jackson.
Actually,
I like that.
You're under arrest.
Yeah, Jedi mind trick. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. You're under. These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the drugs you're looking for.
These aren't the explosive devices you're looking for. That's how we do it. That's how we play Nincompoops in the news. I like that. Give me the little theme there. There you go. I like 4549 says, you guys should change the name of this to Nincompoops in the Nude. Not a bad idea. Stop voting for Ken until we go to break, everybody. At Super Talk 99.7 WTN.